the beginning of this year, 2025, you won an award
Yeah.
for inspirational father. I'm gonna see you in your sultan, the velvet boat.
Yeah.
You know? How was that feeling?
I didn't expect it, to be fair. Like they let me know that I was nominated. And that in itself, I thought like, okay, yeah, can find a reason for go put on a suit and go drink and have my good food. And that in itself was enough for me. And I just, somebody recognizing the fact that this youth's doing his thing or whatever, like he makes it look comical or whatever, but he's doing his thing with his youths or whatever but yeah, just somebody recognizing the fact that he's calling it an inspiration or whatever, like an inspirational father. Like I'm looking and I'm thinking, what, me? And even people ask me like, inspirational father for doing what? Terrorizing your kids? I said, listen, you know why not inspirational father, not your wife, social service come and lock you up. That's what you want. And yeah, it's all fun and games, but it's, I think, even like when I was posting about it, people are just like, you got to look past the fact to the speaker box and the microphone and the outfits. It's about your engagement with your kids. It's about the relationship and the bonding and what you're doing with them. It's about your presence. And you'll be very surprised by the fact that there's a lot of kids don't have that as an option.
No, they don't.
And they said it's exemplary.
It is.
And it took me to actually read those words to even accept that, right, okay, maybe you're right. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, you do have to look past it. I look at the skits where suspect is...
Oh, yeah, she's running me.
But that level of interaction shows you the commitment that you have as a father.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like, when it comes to, like, let's say, I use Nyla as an example because she's more able to, communicate and sort of establish who she is as a person already at a young age. But like the relationship that I have with her, it's almost like we have a friendship that I only need to pull rank if she violates and I have to say, hello, no, you know what I mean?
Don't do it.
Yeah. And I had that same sort of upbringing with my dad, if I'm honest, because we spent so much time together. I was, the first time I sipped alcohol, I did it on my dad's watch. The first time I went to a dance, I went with my dad. He wasn't there when I lost my virginity.
Thank God. Thank God. That's too close. It's too close. It's too close.
I wasn't even fully there, to be fair, but yeah. But it's just, I was raised in a way that it wasn't so strict and regimental to the point whereas I was like, kept it like locked down type thing, you know what I mean? It was a friendship until if I violated or then he'd rein me back in or whatever. And it was with the disciplining more time was pretty much always my dad.
Yeah.
My mum was just like, she's the anchor of the house, you get me, keeps everything together. But my dad was pretty much the disciplinary. And the fact that me and him spent so much time together or whatever, it was like a friendship. And I've sort of tried to replicate that with Nyla, even with Carter as well, but he's too much of a madman for him to sort of be like
not yet. He's too young.
You're regulating him from the second he opens his eyes to the second he closes them again. He's such a madman that literally everything is war from the second he opens his eyes in the morning. But with Nyla,
when he eventually opens his eyes,
there is that.
We see it take time.
Yeah, there is that. But yeah, with Nyla, I just try to keep it as cordial as we can until it turns into bad ups or whatever. But we don't often have to clash like that. It's only when she like stick rock off in our ears and we have to just remind her and say, look, don't let this friendship thing take it too far. We'll still go back in that further more than us. So no, yeah, no. And I just feel like that works. It makes me relatable.
Yeah.
I think that whole open door mentality. So when I pick her up from school, the first question, how was school today? She thinks she's going to get away with saying good and moving on. It's not me. So I ask other questions. I want to know.
Probing.
Yeah. So I was like, so what's Alyssa going in with? I know that's a brethren who's in school or whatever. What foolishness was she doing today? Because I know she made you laugh at some stage. What happened? And then she'll tell me, actually, you know what? Alyssa, that's, and now we're having a conversation, isn't it? So I'll ask stupid questions like, who made you laugh today? Or who did you make laugh today? Or whatever, like, just... I don't want the one word answer thing for me is it's never gonna fly. And she still tries it every day. And then by the time we get home or whatever, or by the time we've finished, the second I walk through the front door, she wants to go outside to go and play football. So before we get in there, we're gonna converse first in it. So we'll play the game. And eventually we get to where we need to get to, and we find out how each other's days were or whatever. And I just like to make it conversational. I don't want to have a one-word answer type of relationship. It's not a dictatorship. We have that sort of rapport, whereas we can chat. Yeah. And I just, that style of parenting is what works for me. It may not work for everyone. Like I get people all the time, especially like in comments or DMs or whatever, telling me the bag of bad ups from the videos or waking them up. How dare you put this speaker so close to their head, you can upset their nervous system and da-da-da-da. And people don't think for a second, like, do you not think that I'm a father first before anything else? Like, I'm the most protective father in the world when it comes to these two human beings. Yeah. So it's like, there's never gonna any harm that's gonna reach them on my watch. Yeah. Do you really think it's that loud to the point that it's gonna deafen them or whatever? Da, 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 da. Look how much time you sit and pick me up and listen to the song and don't even wake up. So it must be at a moderate volume, innit? Even when I've had guests.
And it's an overplay anyway.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it's got to be at a moderate. Sometimes it's playing from my phone and not even through the speaker. Oh wow! But it's like
you give away all the secrets.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the way that some people will come in the comments and feel like they're 100% certain that you're, or like there was some early stage where I did take something from people's comments when they said about Nyla plugging in the charger in her phone and having it in the bed. And I wasn't even thinking like, you know what, it's true, because I imagine I saw a video with the brother that sings Forget You. He was on his phone. Yeah. And the phone exploded in his hand. Yeah. And imagine that could happen to her while the charger's plugged in the phone. So since reading that comment, I said to her, that person's right. Take the phone and make sure it's not on your bed, charge it on the floor. Yeah. You'll still hear the alarm. And plus the fact that you have to reach out of the bed to get it, it's gonna wake you up even more in that action. So big up the person who ever wrote that comment. I took heed, I listened, and I actioned it. Thanks.
Yeah, it's very important. I love the relationship that I see with you and the kids. It is interaction. It's engaging. You can tell that there's a rapport, there's a relationship. And I think on social media, you don't see so much fathers interacting. There are, but you don't see it like all the time. So the fact that you've done that and it's kind of going viral, Safari posted the thing. He tried to tease the idea. Safari tried to tease the idea.
You know how many people said that to me, but when he posted his video, he said, big up Vibes Cartel, big up Richie F, and he added by so for me, I see that as that's love. Like he's a man saying, you know what, let me heal up the youth car. You're styling my teeth for that one. Yeah. So as much as you said, like people are on to him or whatever, even messaged me and said, yo, your people that are doing me wicked.